Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is MegaShadowFist, and welcome back to VA-11 Hall A Cyberpunk Bartender action. And when we last left off, we had just celebrated Mega Christmas. We had a little Truth or Dare section. I titled the previous episode Double Dare 27EX. Let's go ahead and load before I get into that thing on slot 1, it looks like, on day 14. Yeah, I wonder, how many of you guys actually got the reference? Because Nickelodeon used to have a show called Double Dare. I didn't watch the original because the original aired during the 80s and I was born in 1995, but I did watch Double Dare 2000, which aired in, you guessed it, 2000, I believe. 2000 to 2002, I believe, is when it ran to. And, yeah, so I titled the previous episode Double Dare 2070X. It's nothing like Double Dare, but I wonder how many of you guys actually got that reference. Now, if I recall correctly, in the previous episode, we didn't just have stuff from the Augmented Eye, we also had new stuff from Dangeru, but anyway, we're going to start reading the new stuff. So, anyway, Street Race of the Motor City. Street Race of the Motor City District leaves 2 dead. Ooh. The Augmented Eye. Vallhalla Smithy. It's the only person who writes anymore because Kim doesn't work there anymore. The Motor City District is notorious for the number of illegal street races it sees each week, and the dozens of injured drivers it leaves every year. This time it has been reported that 2 people died during a race hosted at the Gate Highway, otherwise known as the Death Lane. Why'd you have a race at a place called the Death Lane? Jeez. The Transit Police is currently investigating the deaths, as well as the underground world of illegal street racing. We have several suspects in regards to who is running this underworld, but nothing concrete as of yet. Chief of the Transit Police Department J.S. Esposito told the Augmented Eye. The death of these 2 youngsters will be the last, however. That's a promise. I'm not so sure about that. I've heard there's a defamation campaign against the district, though. You wouldn't believe what happens in this cartoon. The only reason, actually, a person that I'm sort of well, we're not super close, but a person that I got to know, named Cookie Pixel. She lives in Hong Kong, and I follow her on Twitter, and she tends to retweet a lot of she specializes in marketing and whatnot, especially digital marketing, on the internet and everything, and she retweets a lot of that. She retweets a lot of interesting articles, and I retweet them as well. If you follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen several of those. But she talked to one thing that she sent was keyword, words that will more than likely cause people to not click on your thing than to click on them. And things you won't believe what happens is one of those words, is one of those phrases, because people are so aware that it's a clickbait title now that people tend to avoid it. The only reason I'm looking at it right now is because, I want to read everything. You won't believe what happens in this cartoon by Vallhalla Smithy. Cartoons are not for children. They're still largely colorful, but the things they touch have become rather dark. In fact, every cartoon on air today has dark themes. It's kind of the point where innocent animated characters are no longer a thing. I suppose children are young adults from birth now, but enter Touch Fluffy Tell, a new show that aims to challenge the current trend. Who wrote this? Vallhalla Smithy. Okay, cartoons don't necessarily have to be for kids. And there's nothing wrong with children being exposed to certain things when they are young. It helps them make it it's better for them to, I think, to understand understand real world consequences from an early age instead of living in a bubble, because I don't know. I talked about this before. Joe Milton agrees with me. Studies have shown, I believe the only way that these things affect children is if they already had some type of pre-existing mental illness. But enter Touch Fluffy Tell, a new show that aims to challenge the current trend. No deep lore, no obscure adult references, no stupid deep plots, just fun with numbers and fluffy tales. They're definitely taking a jab at Adventure Time, said a TFT producer who asked to remain anonymous to avoid internet backlash. I don't want death threats for making a cartoon for actual kids. Oh no. I love this. Stop! I rescued you! I touch your toe if I wanna. Let's say Olympics return next. I don't want to have backlash for making cartoon that's actually for kids. I love that. Vallhalla Smithy. For the 10th consecutive year, the GC Olympics returns to the emblematic Super Silver Thunderdome, this time with a representative from the elusive country of Kanye-vania. Prime Minister Quincy, who was in charge of the committee, told the Augmented Eye that it wasn't easy getting in touch with Kanye, and that we had to abide by some of his religious rules in order to see some of their best competitors come to the country. Kanye-mania's main religion, Kanyeism, prohibits the existence of nanomachines inside the body, and as such, competitors from said country had to perform specific treatments in order to repel the swarm. It's a temporary solution, but it will do the trick. I'm guessing tacky body suits weren't practical for sports. I love it because it's called Kanye-vania. Like I'm thinking that like I guess we can have a head start right now. Save over slot 2. Since it's Kanye-vania, I'm thinking that like it's like named after Kanye West. Okay. Grand Slam Fighters, Grand Slam Fighters. I believe this is in wrestling. I became a huge fan. Yeah, I believe this. We already read this. I want to marry Yusuke. Yeah, I believe this. Yeah, we read that already. But this one, I believe, is new. Mardu Warrior. No. No, I think we No, we have not read this. I believe. Mardu Warrior returns to TV. Anyone watching it? I don't have a TV. So useless. Julian is old and busted. I heard you talking shit, but my wife feel like about my wife feel like I wouldn't find out. Is it going to be censored? I don't think so. The show is rather tame, as far as I know. I'm gonna marry Julianne! Oh man, I remember watching this show back when I was like 10. I think I discovered porn thanks to it. You will never discover Rule 34 for the first time again. Why keep trying? Never seen this show before. Is it any good or just a meme? It's a meme show. There's nothing outstanding. What about the sequels? Are those going to be broadcast as well? The sequels are shit! Is your lip trembling? No! This thread is closed. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, I knew it, because I remember seeing like a check, like an exclamation mark right here. Like, you know, like there's like the new exclamation, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's been nearly 7 minutes. Let's go ahead and go to work. Monday, December 26th. Good evening. Hey, Jill! Gil's in the back sorting an ingredient shipment, and I got things to do. The dog's in charge, okay? Bye! What? Wait, the dog what? Okay, first order, pet me. No. We know what happened last time. We're not petting you anymore, creep. No. Pet me. No. I'm in charge and I want you to pet me. That is one interesting way to start off work. Let's go ahead and get ready. Time to mix drinks and change lives, jukebox. Hey, Jay. Won't pet you. You'll pet me sooner or later. They all do. Won't. Will. You called? He said Will, not Gil. Is he like, it's an I get, or like, it's in frustrated, or I think it's like, yeah, I get, yeah, okay. Who the hell is Will? Nobody! Don't be rude with poor Will. There's no Will! Do you need me to psych you up then? Shut up! Who, me or Will? You go back to whatever you were doing. Alright. And you, stand by! Only if you pet me. Go! The fuck just happened? Whoa, aren't we spirited today? No. He actually no. He didn't get the deep what. He got the like regular terrible Sam Riegel impersonation. Welcome to Vallhalla. Virgilio? Why do you sound so weirded out? You didn't show up with a bombastic soliloquy. Well, putting up an act can be tiring, you know. So it's all an act then? Wasn't it obvious? I guess. Would you mind getting me a Bleeding Jane? Sure. Alright, the order was... I kind of want to buy the... I kind of want to go back and buy the thing to make sure that Jill isn't distracted, just to see what she says that he gave like a straight order. A Bleeding Jane, by the way, is what he ordered. I gotta keep in mind that she's distracted now, so it's up to me to remember these things. A Bleeding Jane, 3P, 2, 3, 3F, 1, 2, 3, mix, oops, 1, we'll just keep going. And there we go. Bleeding Jane, here you are. A Bleeding Jane. Yes, this is just the thing. So, tired of putting on an act, care to explain? It's a long story, and I'd honestly rather not talk about it right now. Fair enough. What made you change your mind, though? Well, for one thing, it's safer for me now. The pompous buffoon act was mostly a way to avoid raising suspicion. Safer? There is a word that's been losing meaning lately. Wait, That was your way of avoiding suspicion? I mean, to be fair, he has a point there, because, like, let's say that, like, you're like a detective, and you're watching a group of people, and you're trying to figure out who has, like, a bomb or something. You're like, I don't think that this is part of a detective's line of duty to prevent a bomb explosion from happening. Somebody else will be in charge of that. But let's just pretend that the detective is in charge of preventing this from happening, and you're examining a group of people and you're trying to prevent the bomb from happening. Who would you suspect the most? The person who's like super quiet in his corner, like in the corner on his phone, or the guy that's acting super crazy and weird? You'd probably be suspicious of the guy that's acting super quiet and like normal on his phone, right? At least I would assume so. Wait. That was your way of avoiding suspicion? Yes. You do know how weird that sounds, right? It sounds weird? You try not to raise suspicion, but you act in a bombastic manner that screams you're there. And everyone dismisses the fool as a buffoon and moves on. Exactly. Eh? I mean, you might be right if I were talking about hiding myself, but I'm avoiding certain crowds of people. Guess my behavior might call everyone's attention. But then everyone just decides I'm harmless and disregards me. And depending on how erratic my actions are, I become harder to read, giving me yet another layer of enigma. Well, congrats, no offense, but I fell right into your plan. I just dismissed your actions as those of a fool and moved on. Like, I mean, like, I get that, but like, you can't judge a book by its cover. You completely fooled me. Thanks. Say, can you give me something spicy? So he wants something spicy. If I recall correctly, isn't the Bleeding Jane spicy? Sure. I believe the Bleeding Jane is spicy. At least I remember it being spicy, but like it might not be spicy. Bleeding Jane. I almost went to the S to look for spicy. Yeah, it is spicy. So we're gonna give you another Bleeding Jane. 1B. You know what? Let's mix things up. We can't give our customer the same drink in a row. All right, goes the Bloom Light then. Sure. We very rarely ever serve this, so it's all right. By the way, I actually memorized the. Oh, I don't want to do it because I went into accidentally serving it to him. But I memorized the. Not only have I memorized beer, which is 1, 2, 1, 2, 4K resolution mix, but I also memorized the Piano Man, which is 2, 3, 5, 5, 3 on the rocks and mix. Because 2 and 3 make 5. There's 2 5s. This is just 3. I just have to memorize that, and it's on the rocks because I've served it enough times to know that it's on the rocks. 2F, 3K, all aged on the rocks and mixed. On the rocks, aged, mixed. 1, 2, stop. There we have a Bloom Light, but in case you don't believe me, we'll go to by type, go to a promo drink, Piano Man, 2, 3, 5, 5, 3 on the rocks and mixed. There you go. Here. Aren't you fascinated by spiciness? What's spicy for humans might not be spicy for other animals. Well, I mean, yeah, it's because it's because like the compound within the there's like a protein that reacts with your body and it inflames them. Like, it's not enough to, in general circumstances, it's not enough to kill you, but not enough to kill you, but like it makes your body think that there's something bad going on, even though there isn't. It's just a natural defense that plants have to prevent them from being eaten. That's also, like pepper spray. It's called pepper spray for a reason. It's because they take those proteins and whatnot, they extract them from the pepper and like amplify it times like 1 trillion, and then that's how pepper spray is made, basically. I mean, that's like the dumb person's way of explaining it, but yeah. But I believe there are species of bird that are completely immune to this. And so, anyway, what's spicy for humans might not be spicy for other animals. Hell, what's toxic for us might not be for other creatures. Saying goes the other way, like dogs can't eat chocolate really, but humans can. Do you like spicy things, bartender? I mean, well, I do. I'm not sure if Jill does. I don't mind them, I guess, but I'm not really a fan. Ah, I see. That's where Jill and I differ for a change. Like, I mean, like, I don't really usually go out of my way to get spicy food. But, I'm like, I can't say I'm like a spicy food fan. Like, yes, I have to have spicy food. But, I like spicy food. So I guess I'm kind of like Jill, but kind of not at the same time. I'm not quite sure how to explain it. That neutral stance is actually weird to come across. Everyone either loves spicy things or hates them with passion. Is it really, though? Do you like it? Lots, not only in regards to painfully spicy things, but also way mild or slight spice adds to a meal. Yeah, generally speaking, I generally prefer, like, more, like, medium spice and things, because, like, I get it, but, like, I get that, like, I'm not, like, when I eat food, I want to enjoy the food. Like, I don't want to eat it and, like, have, like, like, my eyes water up and, like, saliva hanging out of my mouth. Apologies for anybody eating at the time that you're watching this. Saliva coming out of my mouth and I'm just, like, sweating up a storm. I can barely taste anything because my tongue's gotten super numb from the spice. I don't like that. I like spice, but, like, if it's so spicy that, like, it's just, like, it's, like, a pain to eat, it's kind of pointless, in my opinion. Food is meant to be enjoyed. I mean, in modern times, there was a time when people ate food just to survive, but in the 21st century, and most core countries, which are your developed countries, if you will, we can eat to enjoy. We have the privilege to do that, so we should take advantage of it. Well, it's not only because of painfully spicy things, but also the way mild or slight spice adds to a meal. I've always had this dream of opening a curry stand. Oh, that's interesting. As things are, I might actually pursue that dream. Let me know if you do. I haven't had curry in ages now. Hey, bartender. Call me Jill. I wanted to apologize. You put up with me all this time without lashing out. I should apologize for my behavior, and thank you at that. Hold on. Okay, so, like, art is more like this. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not going too far in the art voice. I feel this is a bit deeper than, like, the normal Sam Riegel voice. Terrible Sam Riegel impersonation. Don't worry. I actually feel like I was too rude to you last time you came. Granted, you came at a really bad time, but I should be the one apologizing. You're a client, after all. Well, don't. I'm actually surprised that nobody else has violently lashed out at me yet. You're making me curious as to who you really are, though. Well, let's do the math here. So, I believe Stella recognized him, and Gil also recognized him. And since I'm my headcanon, Stella's the daughter of a mob boss, and Gil is like some mob boss himself. I don't know. Is Virgilio even your real name? It might be, it might not. Sometimes I'm wondering if I'm a magnet for people who hide their identities in sordid pasts. Gil, Jamie, you... did you say something? Just rambling. Pay me no mind. Now that I think about it, how did you find this bar? I was avoiding some chaps and came to this alley. Huh. Again? In my time here, I've heard avoided people and ended up here enough times to make me believe that the original owner built the bar here thinking about the runaway public. You make me sound like a criminal. I mean, well, that's not what she means, but, like, I get what you're saying. You're not helping. The expression runaway doesn't just mean people escaping the law, though. I feel like hiccups. I just hiccup, but I feel like it's... We've had people avoiding stalkers or solicitors. I've seen people more shocked by an insistent salesman than a shady figure. Maybe because the salesman is a more active predator? I don't know. A troublesome part of the city right near the shopping district. Let them know there's a bar and they'll come. Sorry, I just stop rambling to myself so much. I don't mind it, but I do, cause I'm resisting the urge to hiccup. I'll pause. See you guys in the next episode.